Hey guys, LevelCap here, and today in gaming, PlanetSide 2 is getting story-based campaigns, an update for Left 4 Dead 2 was revealed, a new trailer for Doom Eternal's first DLC launched, and more. As if the scope of PlanetSide 2 wasn't already big enough, its next expansion is adding a story campaign, side quest, hazardous storms, and more. The Shattered Warp Gate expansion is coming soon, though no release date has been confirmed. PlanetSide 2 has seen something of a resurgence in popularity following the launch of Escalation back in March. That expansion further fleshed out the higher level player experience with a massive fleet carrier, Citadel shield, competitive content, and more. Shattered Warp Gate is targeted at the more casual players, giving them a chance to experience the game's baffling scale with a guiding hand walking them through it. Left 4 Dead 2 hasn't gotten new content since 2012. In that time, leaks have shown Valve working on a Source 2 port of the game, a proper sequel, and more, but nothing official has materialized just yet. Instead, a community-made expansion called The Last Stand is officially being released by Valve as a proper addition to Left 4 Dead 2. The new level is inspired by the Lighthouse level from the first game. The update was announced on the official Left 4 Dead website with a tongue-in-cheek reference to the game's lack of new content. The post says, "It has been many years since the infection first hit. Radio silence, no sign of life, nothing but lingering hopes. SIDA is not going to save us, but there is a hope. A few brave souls have continued the fight against all odds, and soon we can all benefit from their resilience." No gameplay or release date was revealed in the blog post or teaser, but more info is coming soon. It's kind of incredible to think that players are doing such a good job of making content for Valve's games that they're just keeping them alive in Valve's absence. Team Fortress 2 and CSGO both have massive dedicated communities making an endless sea of new content. While CSGO is Valve's golden child right now and gets a ton of support, its community-made content fuels its incredibly lucrative cosmetic system and drives continued interest from the community map makers. Gamescom opening night was full of big reveals, but none quite as demonic as Doom's Ancient Gods Part 1. The DLC for Doom Eternal launches on October 20th and takes players back to Urdak to finish off the demonic horde that overran the place during the main campaign. Today we learned the DLC is also standalone. Anyone can buy and play the DLC even if they don't own Eternal. Though I truly do shudder at the thought of someone who hasn't played Eternal going up against double Marauders. Basically, play the base game if you're gonna get the DLC. A new tactical FPS called Lemnis Gate is throwing a wrench into the traditional competitive shooter formula. It's played in matches of 5 25-second rounds. The twist is, each round is a time loop. Your actions in a round are rewinded at the end, giving the other team and yourself a chance to see your mistakes and alter your game plan in the next round. Or at least that's what it seems like from the very limited announcement trailer. The game is focused on 1v1 and 2v2 matches, but has NPC allies you can control. And the more I rewatch the trailer, the less seems to make sense about the game, but I do mean that in a good way. I'm intrigued. It looks like a fascinating blend of real-time strategy with competitive FPS combat. The game is launching early next year on Steam, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. If you've ever wished your Nintendo Wii was more portable, well, I've got good news. Modders have figured out how to strip down the original Wii console hardware and pack it into the form factor of an original Game Boy. Right now, there's 2 different projects that are making the rounds as the go-to option for buying one. There's a DIY kit called the G-Boy Revision 3, which will run you $325. The kit includes a 3D printed case, all of the custom PCBs and hardware you'll need, and software and instructions. Of course, it doesn't include the original Wii hardware. That's up to the buyer to source and literally cut to pieces. The other project is called the Wii Boy Color. This one was developed by a single person and can't be bought as a kit, but you can commission him to make one for you. As far as features go, G-Boy is basically identical to a Wii, except that it emulates the motion controls with physical button inputs. The software is still very early days, but it will eventually support all of the Wii's console emulation for GameCube, Game Boy, and Virtual Console titles. In our final story today, the 2017 cyberpunk detective game Observer is getting a proper remaster. Observer System Redux features overhauled visuals with native 4K support, HDR, ray tracing, new character models, lighting, animations, and more. And aside from the visual upgrades, the Redux will also add new story content as side missions. Observer is notable for drawing inspiration from the original Blade Runner film. It even features Rutger Hauer as the main character's voice actor. Hauer played Roy Batty, the main villain of Blade Runner. His work for Observer was one of his last acting roles before his death in 2019. Observer System Redux is making its way to PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X this holiday season for $30. Owners of the original can upgrade for 80% off, and a demo is currently available until the end of the month that's free for everyone on Steam. And that wraps it up for today in gaming. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what story you thought was the most interesting in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.